Good morning, students. Welcome into the ninth standard. Stay home, stay safe, learn well. Today we are going to start our first lesson of Science and Technology Part 2. The name of the lesson is Classification of Plants. In this lesson, Kingdom Plantae, Subkingdom Gymnosperms, Subkingdom Angiosperms. These main contents are there. In this lesson, students, classification of plants, it means there is according to their characteristics, according to their certain criteria, we have to classify them. As per that, we are going to study of that species of plants. Question is arise here, why there is a need of this classification? In the world, there is a huge biodiversity is present. In animals, in plants, there are various different species are there. We have to classify them to proper study. What is the meaning of biodiversity? Bio, that means the living thing, and diversity, that means the different types. So the meaning of biodiversity is, or the definition of biodiversity is, the variety of plant and animal life in the world or in the particular habitat to proper study of that species, it is called as the biodiversity. As we know that Robert Whittaker in 1959, he proposed the 5 kingdom classification system. The kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Animalia and kingdom Plantae. This is the 5 kingdom classification. If you observe living organisms, mainly they are classified into 2 types, prokaryotic or eukaryotic. Prokaryotic, there is a kingdom Monera is there. In eukaryotic, unicellular and multicellular, these 2 types are there. Unicellular, there is a kingdom Protista is there. Unicellular, that means only one cell is there. Multicellular, that means many cells are there. Yes, in multicellular, again criteria is there. 2 types are there, with cell wall or without cell wall. With cell wall, they have 2 types, that is the kingdom Plantae and kingdom Fungi. Plantae are autotrophs, fungi are heterotrophs. And in multicellular organisms without cell wall, it is kingdom Animalia. So this is the basic chart, or we know the basic information regarding to the classification of the living organism. Now we are going to study the kingdom Plantae. The group of autotrophic living organism having eukaryotic cell. In eukaryotes, nucleus is surrounded by a membrane. Prokaryotic animals, that means in which nucleus is not surrounded by the nuclear membrane. So the group of autotrophic living organism having the eukaryotic cells with cell walls is the group of plants. Plants have become autotrophic as they can perform the photosynthesis with the help of chlorophyll. We know that the chlorophyll pigment, a content is there which is very important, and due to that plants can do the process, that is the photosynthesis, through which they prepare their own food. This is the basic difference in between the plants and animals, because plants are the autotrophs. Auto, that is the self. Trophic, that is the nutrition. Self mode of nutrition is there. But animals are heterotrophs, that is that they are depend upon the other species, basically on plants for their food purpose. Living organisms of kingdom Plantae are the main source of food for all other living organisms. Yes, Next point, it is the basis for classification. What is the base for this classification, or we can say what is the criteria for that classification? First criteria, you can give the numbering here. First criteria, that is the presence or absence of organs. Presence or absence of the organs. Second one, presence or absence of separate conducting tissue for conduction of water and food. In plants, there is a conducting tissues. Which one? Xylem and phloem. Xylem, they conduct the water, and phloem conduct the food. Yes? So these two tissues perform the conduction of the water and food. These conducting tissues are present or absent. This is the second criteria. Third one, plants. Do the plants bear seeds? Seeds are present or not? This is the third criteria. Fourth one, if seeds are present, then they are enclosed in fruit or not. It is the next criteria. And finally, plants are classified or grouped depend upon the number of cotyledons in the seeds. One cotyledon if there, then it is the monocots. Two cotyledons are there, then it is the dicots. Okay. At the higher level of plant classification, different characteristics are considered for classification. For higher plants, that means well-developed plants. Example, depending upon the absence or presence of flowers, fruits and seeds, plants are classified as cryptogams and the phanerogams. Depending upon whether seeds are enclosed within a fruit or not, phanerogams are classified as gymnosperms and angiosperms. Angiosperms are further classified into monocots depending upon the number of cotyledons in the seed. Here, kingdom Plantae, mainly two types are there on the basis of seeds and presence of seeds and absence of seeds. If seeds are present or seed bearing plants, that is nothing but the phanerogams. Here you have to write down like this chart with pencil or pen on your textbook chart. So you have to understand it properly. Phanerogams, that is the seed bearing plants. Cryptogams, that is the non-seed bearing plants. Cryptogams again divide into three: Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta. Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, these are the division. First division, Thallophyta, that means the plant species which mainly grow in water. Second division, Bryophyta, that means the amphibians. Yes, amphibians plant species. And Pteridophyta, that is the terrestrial one. That means proper root, stem, system, leaves are there. So this is the Pteridophyta. After that, this is the subkingdom and these are the division. Here, subkingdom phanerogams. Phanerogams, that is the seed bearing plants. They have seeds. According to that, they are again classified into two division. If naked seeds are there, that means non-covering is there, then gymnosperms. And if covered seeds are there, it is the angiosperms. Okay. Angiosperms are again have two types. If two cotyledons are there, then that species are called as the dicotyledonous. And if one cotyledon is there, then it is called as the monocotyledons. So, first of all, understand the meaning of this. Cryptogams, phanerogams, Thallophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, gymnosperms, angiosperms. Okay. So, you have to clear. If you just clear these basic concepts, then only we have to study the characteristics of these division and subdivisions. Now, again, step by step, we have to discuss the characteristics of first, that is the cryptogams, subkingdom cryptogams. Cryptogams, that is the non-seed bearing. first division of this, it is the Thallophyta. As we know that cryptogams are non-seed bearings and which are reproduced by spore formation. Here, the main characteristics of the Thallophyta are these plants grows mainly in water. You have to number these points. These are the characteristics. Okay. These plants mainly grow in water. These group of plants which do not have specific parts like root, stem, leaves and flowers but are autotrophic due to the presence of chlorophyll called as the algae. Algae shows great diversity. They may be unicellular or multicellular and microscopic or large. Example of algae are Spirogyra. The common examples: Spirogyra, Ulthrix, Alva, Sargassum. These are the examples of these algae. Some of these are found in fresh water while some are found in the saline water. The meaning of saline water, that is the salty water, the water in which salt content is there, it is called as the saline water. Okay. So these plants usually have soft and fiber like body. Various types of fungi like yeast and molds which do not have chlorophyll are also included in this group. Now, second division, that is the Bryophyta. Bryophyta, they are also called as the amphibians of plant kingdom. Now, what is the meaning of amphibians? Amphibians, that means the species which can live in water and on land, they are called as the amphibians. So these plants are called as the amphibians. Why? Because they grow in moist soil but need water for reproduction. These plants are thalloid, multicellular and autotrophic. That means many cells are there. Multicellular and autotrophic, that means self mode of nutrition is there. They reproduce by spore formation. The structure of plant body of bryophytes is flat, ribbon-like long, without true root, stem and leaves. True root, stem and leaves. That means these parts are superficially observed. Roots like structure are there, stem like part is there, leaves are there, but they are the false, not actually roots, stem and leaves. Instead, they have stem-like or leaf-like parts and root-like rhizoids. Whatever the hair-like projection is there, like root structure, they are called as the rhizoids. They do not have specific tissues for conduction of food and water. So there is a proper conducting tissues present in the plants. Which one? Xylem and phloem. Phloem conduct the food and xylem conduct the water. So, but these conducting tissues are absent in the Bryophyta. Examples are Phaneria, Mercantia, Anthoceros and Riccia. These are the examples of this Bryophyta. Like parts are there, capsule is there, stalk-like structure. That is the thallides are there. Rhizoids are there. Rhizide, that is nothing but these hair-like projection is, but they are false root. They are false leaves. They are false stem. Okay. Second one, it is the Mercantia. Here also capsule, stalk, leaf-like parts and rhizoids are there. And Anthoceros, here also capsule is there and leaf-like parts are there. Reproduction is occur through the spore formation. Now, next division, that is the Pteridophyta. Pteridophyta, plants from this group have well-developed roots, stem and leaves and separate tissues for conduction of food and water. Here proper xylem and phloem are there for conduction of food and water. Roots are proper developed, stem and leaves are also well developed. But they do not bear flowers and fruits. Flowers and fruits are absent. Then reproduction is occur with the help of spores, which formed along the back or posterior surface of their leaves. This is the leaflet of the fern, and on that these brown color spots are there. Yes, these are nothing but the spores, and through these spores there is a reproduction is occur. Which are the examples for that? The common examples are ferns like Nephrolepis, Marsilia, Pteris, Ediantum, Equisetum, Selagnella, Lycopodium. These are the examples for this. Common example, it is the fern species. Fern, that is the commonly observed in the botanical garden. These plants reproduce asexually by spore formation. Asexually, that means when there is a zygote is not formed, that is the only one parent is there. And sexually by zygote formation, they have a well developed conducting system. All these plants reproduce by spore formation. They are called as the cryptogams, as their reproductive organs cannot be seen. Cryptos, that is the hidden, gams, that is the reproductive organs. Therefore, hidden reproductive organs are there. Therefore, they are considered as the cryptogams. Now, today's homework is there. Write down proper characteristics of division Thallophyta. Give the heading, characteristics of division Thallophyta. Write down 4 characteristics, examples, and draw a well-labeled diagram of Spirogyra. Okay. Now, second division Bryophyta. Again, write down the 4 characteristics, examples, and draw the diagram of Phaneria and Mertensia. And third division Pteridophyta. Again, write down the 4 characteristics and draw the diagram of this fern. Okay. This is your homework. Next part, that is the phanerogams, we will discuss in next lecture. Thank you.